Okay, just in time for the first pitch. I'm hoping that we are on right now. And little troubles with our internet connection here, but I think we got things fixed, hopefully. And I'm Steve Witterhack, Nate Young doing the video streaming, and we are underway here at Jerry Meadema Field. It's a regional semifinal matchup in Division II girls softball. Let's take a look at Waupun on the pitcher circle right now. Addie Braun, 13-1 on the season. She's just lights out when she gets out there. 1.31 ERA, 146 strikeouts on the season. Behind home plate, Callie Westfall. Lexi Gerritsen at first base. At second base, Carly White. At shortstop, Kylie Plime. And Ryan Babish is over at third base. This pitch is going to miss. Makes the count now 3-1. Olivia Lease out in left field. Center fielder is Rowan Harder, and Ava Vandezan is the right fielder. I hope, is that going to be a problem if people have a different link to get onto our game? Yes.
I told him that. I texted.
Okay. I'm just the announcer, so that's all. I don't know any of the technology here, so I have no help with the video stuff when that goes on. That's what we pay Nate the big money for. So. 3-2 count now for Bryn Carlson up first for the Ripon Tigers. She'll be followed by Jocelyn Baker and Addie Johnson. This one misses way high and way outside by Addie Braun. So a walk issued first to get things going here against the Ripon batters. Jocelyn Baker, their center fielder, coming up to bat. Johnson batting .327 on the season. Ripon 2-17 on the season. Showing bunt, misses, snap throw down to first. Oh, that would have been in time if it was hauled in over there. Good throw there by Westfall, right on the money, but bobbled a little bit by White over there. Ripon sitting at 2-17. They finished last place in the East Central Conference. Waupun, the champs of the ECC, 11-1. Some nice big games. That one was fouled back. Makes the count now 0-2. Runner still at first. Nobody out. Just underway here. So the fun of the postseason begins here at Jerry Meadema Field for Waupun. Good, strong win from the right field pole to the left field pole. And a swing and a miss. You can make that 147 strikeouts on the season after striking out Jocelyn Baker. Addie Johnson coming up to bat. Hayden Baker, the catcher, waiting on deck. Nice little answer after that initial walk given up by Addie Braun. Strikes out the next batter. Looking at her first lefty, with Johnson up to bat. So got the pictures of our seniors, 4 seniors that are finishing out their last season as a Waupun Warrior. Lexi Gerritsen, Olivia Lease, Roz Rivera, and Kylie Plime. Next one is offered on and fouled over on the third base side. How are we doing there, Nate?
Better.
Okay, we're better. Okay. Yeah, you think we get good reception in Waupun with our internet. Normally we do. Maybe the weather's screwing it up a little bit. I don't know. Big swing and a miss by Johnson. Puts the count now at 1-2. And a very experienced crew of officials here joining us for the game here tonight, to say the least. But seen these guys all over the place over the years. Change-up misses and another throw to first, not in time. We get names on those guys, Jeff?
Pardon?
We know the names of those the officials here today?
No, the guy on the bases looks familiar.
Yeah, I've seen him plenty of times.
Reffing our
Church basketball. This one's chopped over towards second base, picked up by, it's bobbled by Gerritsen. Everybody's safe. Kind of jumped up on her on that last hop, let it get to that third hop. And that thing went right through her arms and right behind her, and that allowed Johnson to get safely over to first base. Over at third, puts runners at first and second base with one down. Hayden Baker coming up to bat now. Hayden is batting .268 on the season. high, heat and a swing and a miss by Baker. Winner of this ball game will be playing coming up on Thursday. If it's Waupun, he'll get to host because the higher seeded team always gets to host the games in regionals, and Waupun is the number 1 seed. Campbellsport and Winneconne playing each other in a ball game at Winneconne tonight. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game. If it's Waupun, they'll be right here coming up on Thursday, probably right around 5 o'clock, unless we have to shorten things up again and start earlier to beat the weather or something. But tomorrow looks nice and sunny when there's no games on the schedule. 1-2 the count now to Hayden Baker with Rania Levitt waiting on deck. Swing and a foul back into the screen. So Nate's giving me thumbs up, said everything's fine. So that's good. That's our signal. Are we good or not? Oh, a little change up, and Baker swings and misses for out number 2. So that's 2 strikeouts. Rania Levitt steps to the plate now, and Gabby Gaffney waiting on deck. Nice little job on that with a little change up, pulled the string on it, and way ahead of it, a swing and a miss. So an error, a walk, and 2 strikeouts so far, the first 4 batters for the Ripon Tigers. Gabby Gaffney, again, is waiting on deck, the designated player. Fastball's going to miss outside for ball 1. Got a lot of teams, everybody in action tonight. Got a lot of great teams, highly ranked teams in the state. Oakfield's, they're ranked number 1 now in Division 5, and they're in action taking on Lord's Academy. I know Jeff Sauer doing the video streaming for that one. Next pitch is going to miss off the plate. So good luck to the Oakfield Oaks. Other teams playing around the area, Mayville in Division 3 playing. They're taking on Omro at Mayville today. Laconia. This pitch also misses. A little trouble with their control. Off and on is Addie Braun. Laconia playing at Laconia. They're taking on Cedar Grove, Belgium. So Cambria Friesland. He is playing, and they're hosting Elkhart Lake Glen Beulah. So 4 straight balls pitched to Rania Levitt. So a little off her game in this first inning is Addie Braun with now bases loaded. The interview that we would have played for you before, Coach Josh Nava says his team plays very good. They're really good with having a practice the day before. That kind of sets a tone for the game, and they didn't get that with that bad weather yesterday. So he said he was a little bit worried about that aspect of it, that they didn't get that practice and just kind of set the kind of how things were going to go here in the game today. We got a good practice. Everybody's feeling pretty good the next day. This one is hit out towards short right field. Ava Van de Zand has to let it drop, and 1 run in for Ripon the first time they've got a run in here against Waupun, and this is the 3rd game. It's looking at their other games that they played this season. Back on the 9th of April, Waupun won 12-0 in that ball game. In the 2nd of May, Waupun won 15-0, and here they are in the first inning getting a run across the plate against the Lady Warriors. And base is still loaded. Bella Kletke up to bat now, the second baseman, number 7 in the batting order. Yeah, so maybe that's got Waupun a little out of sorts, starting things out here, not having that practice the day before, and just a way to get themselves all ready for the next day's game. One stays high, a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count, still bases loaded, 1 run in. Waupun trailing 1-0 here in the top of the first inning at Jerry Meadham Field. The 0-2 pitch, and blows that one by her. So 3 strikeouts, but there was 2 walks. There was an error. There was a base hit. And now 1-0 after 1/2 inning here at Waupun. Waupun's half, and their answer coming up in just 60 seconds on RP Sports.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Ballwig Implement, your full-line John Deere dealer in Waupun or Beaver Dam today to see the difference for yourself. You just have to get in that seat. See the full range of John Deere compact tractors and attachments today at Ballwig Implement, Waupun and Beaver Dam.
Shop these and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun this week. Stock up with whole seedless watermelon, $3.99 each. A 6-count of Sheboygan hard rolls or brat buns, $1.99. A party pack of Johnsonville brats, $8.99 with your card. Bicolor sweet corn, 5 for $2. Limit of 10. These and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun. Shop these great deals for Memorial Day now at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly.
Okay, we are back at Jerry Meadham Field. Waupun again giving up a run in the top of the first inning. And they'll come up to bat this inning. Bottom of the first, we'll take a look at Waupun's batting order. Ava Vandezan will start things out. Kaylee Westfall batting number 2. After that, it's Lexi Garrettson. Cleanup batter is Roz Rivera. Addie Braun is batting 5th, followed by Kylie Plime, Carly White, Olivia Lease. And 9th batter in the order is Rowan Harder. Addie Johnson in the pitcher circle for the Ripon Tigers. Hayden Baker behind home plate. Addison Pick is their first baseman. Bella Kleckley is over at second base. Bryn Carlson is the shortstop. Rylan Sald is at third base. Left to right in the Ripon Tiger outfield is Rania Levitt, Jocelyn Baker, and Lydia Godin. Here we go. First pitch by Addie Johnson. Comes inside on Vandezan. Misses for ball 1. Dave, of course, leadoff batter batting .410 on the season. Has crossed home plate 31 times to lead the team in that category. Great right fielder for Waupun, getting a lot of putouts, 9 to 3 putouts during the season. Prides herself in those. Follows the next pitch. Back to the screen. Makes the count 1-1. Quite the storm in the area yesterday. Off and on rain in the afternoon. The winds picked up again. Hard hit ball just past Coach Josh Navis. Makes the count now 1-2. Playing pickleball over at the Union in Waupun yesterday, and all of a sudden you can just hear the hail hit the ceiling of the building there. Then we all kind of ran out to see what our cars looked like, not outside, but out through the window to see what was happening, and it happened for a while. Next one misses high, makes the count 2-2, but a few people, including Randy Armgun, having a few little dings on his nice little truck. I just accidentally, just because that's the parking spot that was open, parked across the street underneath the tree. It's hit high in the air, and it's going to drift out of play over on the third base side. It's kind of bragging to everybody else. They said, well, my car's fine because I'm underneath the tree over there. But they said, what if that branch falls on it? They said, well, I didn't think of that. The storm was going full blast, but that did not happen. Just had a lot of leaves. But that was quite the storm. It's weird weather. But tomorrow's supposed to be sunny in the low 70s, so... 2-2 the pitch. Here it is from Johnson. And that one is fouled back and out of play. Ava battling right now, staying alive. Aggressive player, good speed on the base pass. Once she gets there, you don't have to tell her to take the next base or an extra base. She'll just do it. Great softball IQ. Comes a 2-2 pitch. That's going to miss about nose level high. Makes it a 3-2 count. Kaylee Westfall awaiting on deck. Before Kaylee, the RBI leader on the team, 31 RBIs, 28 times she's crossed home plate. And this has popped up in the infield. Pitcher coming over. Well, the catcher actually takes over and drops the ball. And that is a fair ball. It was right, the catcher and pitcher kind of running into each other, Johnson and Baker, and in fair territory off the glove of the catcher, Hayden Baker. And that puts Ava Vandezan over at first base. Brings up Kaylee Westfall. I talked about tearing it up this season. 6-13 on the season. 31 RBIs. First pitch is kind of sliced over towards the first base, and that's going to drop in, and going to throw it over to second base, and a safe at second is Ava Van de Zandt because she had to hold up just in case that ball was caught, but a little bloops up in the air, and Waupun's got 2 runners on. 1 base hit, 1 error. And runners now at first and second base. That'll bring up Lexi Garrettson to the plate. Lexi, see what she's doing on the season. 339, 26 RBIs. Great senior leader out there, solid first baseman. Roz Rivera waiting on deck. First pitch is going to miss high. Runners go on the first pitch right away. Now runners at second and third base. Yeah, Waupun would like to respond with a big inning. Still nobody out. Runners at second and third. The benefit of an error, then a little bloop hit. Runners at second and third with Lexi Garrettson up and a 1-0 count. Big cut on the next pitch in. Didn't get anything. Swing and a miss. Puts the count at 1-1. That will be sticking with the Waupun Lady Warriors all the way through, hopefully, as their long run into the playoffs. Also, another priority, the Waupun boys baseball team. And thanks to Jeff Sauer for having all the extra equipment, too, so we can do a couple of games, 2 or 3 games on a given night. And that's definitely going to come into play. There's definitely going to be some conflicts coming up next week. And Jeff's doing the Oakfield game right now. Oakfield taking on Lourdes Academy in their first round game. This pitch is going to miss high. You know, the big one that might happen is coming up next week, Thursday, if Waupun baseball would win their first game and Waupun girls get in the sectional championship. Those 2 teams will be playing the same night. But with our multiple sets of equipment, we'll be fine. This one swung on, popped back behind us. So Waupun, I really think about him. Really, this seems a little bit off. I know we got runners on second and third base, but a bloop hit in there and a error about a third of the way up the line with a drop ball by the catcher. And Garrettson sitting at a 3-2 count, following a couple off. Comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to miss inside, and now bases are loaded for Waupun. First walk issued by Addie Johnson, and that will bring up the cleanup batter, Roz Rivera. She's went yard a couple times this year. With the home run leader on the team, waiting on deck. Addie Braun with 3 home runs on the season, and Roz with 2. So bases loaded. This is what your cleanup batter is put in that spot for, these situations. First pitch to Roz misses high for ball 1. Upon doing this with just 1 hit, and this is going to bloop over the shortstop's head, and 2 runs are going to score. 2-run single for Roz Rivera. Nice job. Now runners at first and second base for the Lady Warriors. Nice job. Just a nice little easy stroke. Put it over the top of the head of the shortstop, out to left center field, and with Waupun's speed on the base paths, easy 2 runs come in for them. Addie Braun comes up, her first at-bat of the ball game. This pitch is going to miss low into Addie. 273 batting average on the season. And like I said before, the home run leader. 3 home runs so far for the Lady Warriors. Kylie Plima waiting on deck. Next pitch, a called strike. No offer from Braun. Makes the count 1-1. Yeah, a lot of things going on this time of year. Love the playoffs when you get into the playoff time. Now bunt right back to the pitcher, Johnson. Runners do advance over to second and third base.
Wrong with the sacrifice. Throw out number 1.
So 1 down, and runners at second and third for the Lady Warriors. The 2 runs in, and Kylie Plime, the shortstop, comes up to the plate for Waupun. Carly White awaits on deck. Kylie batting .368. pretty much the top part of the order has been pretty much set, and they do a little playing around with. And this one also back to the pitcher. They're going to throw to first and just concede that run coming in from third base, and Rivera scoots over to third base. So the RBI sac bunt.
Brings across the run.
So 3 runs in now for Waupun. RBI going to Kylie Plyme, and now Carly White comes up with Olivia Lease coming up to the plate. So Rivera stands at third base. 3 runs in for Waupun, leading 3-1 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Oh, there I am. I'm just putting on my own little view of our game and see what Nate's doing. See if he's got everything all centered just perfectly like he always does. Savannah out there. Nikki Broxma. Alice Krieger. Good luck, Ava, and the Lady Warriors. And this is a hard hit ball out towards third base. Bobbles it a little bit, brings in the run. Rounding first and staying there is Carly White with an RBI single. Upon second hit here in the first inning. So Rivera in, and now 4-1 in favor of the Lady Warriors. Nikki says, nice hit, Roz. She always finds, every time I look, when she gets up to bat, she always ends up over at first or second base, and sometimes gets to take that little trot around the base paths. Going right away, and that's going to get past the infielders, and White with her great speed gets herself over to third base. So another runner sitting right at third. Olivia Lease, see if she can add one to her RBI total on the season. Rowan Harder awaits on deck. 4-1 Lady Warriors. This pitch, that's going to miss high, puts the count at 1-1. Yeah, it's fun riding past these diamonds here on the west side of town, and Jerry Meadham of Fields. 3 diamonds here, and I kind of like those games they play over in Fenway Park over in Field 3 here with a tall fence, about twice as high as the regular fence, and they had to play there once in a game, and there was numerous home runs in that ball game. That kind of added that into the whole factor of the game. This pitch is offered on by Lease and fouls it back into the screen. It's 200 all the way around here, and I thought that field was more like 180. Is that what it is over there? 188. Yeah, that was fun to do a game where this field was not playable, which is unusual. They really do a good job keeping this up and ready to play even with a downpour of rain. 2-2 pitch. Another offer by Lease, and another foul back and out of play. See all the Ripon's parents' cars sitting over here along the first baseline in the bombing area over here. A couple backed up. It's a little harder to break a window if you back it up there, but those windshields are definitely, I've seen those break before here. Savannah should go down as our viewer of the year. She's checks in at every one of our games. So. Yeah, Nikki's always there too. Savannah's like every game, whether it was basketball, whatever it was, we having her check in. So thanks for joining us. We're also on the radio in case you have somebody at home that might be doing some work outside. And I like listening to a game, and the Brewers play. If you can hear Bob Uecker on the radio in an afternoon doing some outside work, that's Lisa gets issued a walk. And that's always a fun thing. But, yeah, we're actually on 103.3 FM. We're on AM 1170. And if you're in the Fond du Lac area, 93.7 FM. Glad to bring you the games over the years. And big expectations out of this Waupun Lady Warrior softball team. When they all put it together, they are a dangerous team. They can put out some big innings. Great defensive players, always a good, great pitcher for Waupun all the time over the years. Just one of the most consistently good programs in the Waupun High School is the softball team and the baseball team. Spring is always a very good time of year for Waupun. You go watch a lot of the Waupun sports teams, especially on either end of Lincoln Street. And a strike on the next pitch in. Catches the outside part of the plate. No offer from Rowan. You know, it's always exciting, but it's always nerve-wracking. It's always sad when the end of the season comes. These great seniors that we've seen graduate out of the program, throw down to third, not in time. A lot of great athletes come through Waupun High School, and just a lot of great teams all around the area. Oakfield softball has been fun to watch. Laconia softball there for a while. Winning 3 state championships in a row. That one's missed low, makes the count now 3-1. And fun to see him, some of the players succeed. Most notably lately was Marcus Damask and what he did over at Illinois this past year. The whole town of Waupun watched every Illinois game. Some people actually went and bought a Marcus shirt. I wouldn't mind one with Marcus's name on it. I just want to start wearing orange and black. Or blue, dark blue, I should say. And navy blue, whatever they call that blue.
Harder reaches on the base.
And Harder is issued a walk.
Number 9, right fielder, Ava Anderson. Whistle on deck.
A little meeting with the infield and their pitcher as Waupun's going to bring up Ava Vandezan for the second time in the inning. She got on with an error that should have been caught about a third of the way up the line, off the glove of the catcher, colliding a little bit with her pitcher. A little bloop base hit. Now we got 3 walks in the inning, issued by Addie Johnson. Waupun with that 4-1 lead. They actually gave a run up to Ripon, which they didn't do in the first couple of games. Beat them 12-0 and also 15-0. And just a couple of base hits for Waupun during this whole stretch of having bases loaded now and 4 runs crossing the plate. 2 down, but Ava Vandezan up. Got on with that error off the glove of the catcher. That's going to get past the catcher, and White does not hesitate. Plus, it did kick way off to the side. Sometimes, and most of the times, it comes right back to the catcher here. But yeah, Carly says, I don't care where it goes, I'm scoring. So she scoots home, and the runners advance now to second and third base. Pitch into Vandezan, rips one, but just fouled down the third base line. Man, got a hold of that one, but misses by a few feet down the third base line. That would have definitely brought in a couple if that was about 2 feet over to the right. 1-1 count now to Ava. And it bounces that over towards the shortstop. Carlson crosses across the field, and that pulls the first baseman off first base. Maybe she could have stretched to get that one, but
Drags in a run.
another run comes in for the Lady Warriors, now leading 6-0 here in the first inning. The 9th batter, I should say the 11th batter of the inning coming up for Waupun with Kaylee Westfall stepping to the plate, dangerous hitter. Leading batting average on the team, runners at the corners. Kaylee had a little bloop hit out just onto the outfield grass on the first base side. Ava says, I'm not going to wait and see another pitch. I'm going to take off right away, and she stands over at second base with no throw. And Kaylee would like to add to her RBI total and leads the team in that category, coming into the game with 31. 3-0 the count now. Or 2-0 to Westfall. With 2 down, runners at second and third base. 6 runs in. So it's a big cut on that one. She's trying to get 3 RBIs off that cut. Fouls it back into the screen. Count is now 2-1. Nice little crowd, as always, for Waupun. And some people making the trip here from the Ripon area. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back. Puts the count now at 2-2. Lexi Garrettson would love an opportunity to get up here this inning for the second time. Kaylee is the 11th batter of the inning for the Lady Warriors. Next pitch is going to miss high. Puts the count now at 3-2. Addie Johnson in the pitcher's circle for the Ripon Tigers. He's just a sophomore. Next one bounces across the plate, and that puts Westfall over to first base. That is 4 walks in the inning now, issued by Addie Johnson. Big opportunity right now for Waupun to really put this thing away, and Waupun's going to bring in a runner probably for Kaylee right now.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 14, Hannah Beatty.
Beatty comes in and gets some chance to do a lot of running. Does a good job with that. She flies around the bases and smart base runner out there. See her play some third base a couple times this year. Does a very good job at that too. But not a softball savvy here for Waupun, even taking players off the bench. They know what's going on out there, and they're just as dangerous out there as anybody. So 2 down, bases loaded. 6 runs in for Waupun. And the dangerous hitting Lexi Garrettson steps to the plate. She walked and scored earlier this inning. And that is hit past the shortstop. That's going to score 2 runs. 2-run single off the bat of Lexi Garrettson.
Garrettson with the base hit to left, drives in 2.
Waupun now sitting up 8-1.
Brings up designated player number 8, Raz Rivera.
Raz Rivera stepping to the plate now for Waupun. The runners at first and second base. Raz again, another dangerous hitter. Bats on that cleanup spot for Waupun. Batting .364 with a couple of home runs this season. Called strike on the first pitch into Raz. Yeah, 4 base hits, 4 singles for Waupun to help their cause, but also 4 walks or 5 walks that were issued here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 hits?
Yeah, I got Westfall.
1, 2, 3.
Westfall, Rivera, Carly White.
Okay, that's where I didn't have it. I didn't have Roz's single circle or a 2-run single earlier. And you gave Ava one over at first base. So,
Yeah, I did.
so first and second base, then the runners for Waupun. 1 and 2 the count. That's pitch into Rivera. That one goes over the top of the catcher's head, and everybody advances a base. Now sitting at second and third base are the runners. Something not really, it's still something with Waupun's not clicking as normal. So you would see them, just some frozen ropes all over the place, but still taking advantage of all the opportunities here and doing what they need to do. This one is off the handle of the bat, and it's going to be trouble for the shortstop, and safe at first base is Rivera, and that allows a run to come in.
With the infield single.
Again, that one checked up with a backspin on the ball. And then lets a run come in. Pitcher Addie Johnson not exactly excited about that happening on that play, but now runners at the corners and a 9-1 lead for Waupun. Yeah, Ross with 3 RBIs just in this inning alone.
For the DP, number 21, Brian Babish.
And Babish comes in to do some running, and a lot of pitches being thrown by Addie Johnson. This is the 14th batter of the inning for Waupun. 9-1 the lead now for the Lady Warriors. Yeah, I've been through a few of these games like this where it's just you go through the batting order. I remember Oakfield going through the batting order 2.5 times when I thought it was going to be a real quick game over Randolph. Well, they went through the batting order 2.5 times on a night that was windy, sleeting out, and sitting behind home plate, not dressed really for that kind of weather. That was a long. That game went for like 2.5 hours. Just kept on going because Randolph couldn't get any outs. But it finally ended. It ended sometime because I'm here now, so it had to have ended sometime. This next pitch is going to miss. 2-0 the count now for Addie Braun, with Kylie Plime awaiting on deck. Addie had a sacrifice bunt, and this one is a liner over towards shortstop, and Bryn Carlson hauls it in, but not before Waupun comes up with 9 runs across the plate, and they lead this game 9-1 after one complete finally here at Jerry Meadema Field in Waupun. Back with the top of the second inning right after this on RP Sports.
And Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun, encouraging people to stop on by this May week and get set up with great food, great specials, great drink specials.
Yeah, lots of cold beer on tap and lots of hot food in the kitchen. Patio's open, so we got the new umbrellas out there for the tables, and want to hang outside if you don't want to sit in the nice, cool air conditioning inside here. Got that available for you, so stop down, check out what we got going on. There's always something different here.
Yep, and some great specials, hot plate specials happening daily.
Yep, daily hot plate specials. We got the Friday fish fry, starts at 11 o'clock every Friday. There's always great pizzas that we actually can do after hours a little bit too. So if you can't get here by 9 and you want to get a pizza before 10, give us a call. We'll hook you up with that too.
Open on Memorial Day. Talk about that.
We are. So everybody coming back from camping that's burned out and doesn't feel like cooking, we'll hook you up. So open at 11 on Monday. We'll be here till close.
The Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun. Thanks, Steve. Have a good week.
You too. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, Steve Winterhack back here. That was a long bottom of the first inning. Waupun does come up with 9 runs, lead this game 9-1. And Ripon's Lydia Godin up to bat. Now, is it Gaden or Godin? Jeff? Godin or Gaden?
I've been saying Golden.
Godin. Let's go with that.
I think she played basketball too.
Ryland Sald waiting on deck, number 9 in the batting order. Then back to the top of the order for Bryn Carlson. The top 3 batters for Ripon are here, top of the second inning. Next pitch by Braun misses just off the plate. And Waupun will definitely make you pay for any mistakes out there. Walks, they'll make you pay for that. Waupun did to Ripon. 6 hits, 4 walks. Error in there too, and Waupun puts 9 across the plate. There's a 1-2 to go. Next pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout. All the outs so far for Ripon have been strikeout. The 4 outs that they've had on him so far. Ryland Sald coming up to bat. He's the third baseman. And on deck is the leadoff batter in the overall batting order, Bryn Carlson, waiting on deck. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch into Sald here to get things going on her first at bat of the ball game. Next pitch way behind it, and Carlson gets nailed over there on the on-deck circle. His teammate was way behind that one. 0-2 the count now with 1 down, nobody on. Next pitch, pop in that one, but that misses inside. Puts the count at 1-2. Pitch him is high and away. Puts the count at 2-2. Again, the winner of this ball game will be playing on Thursday against the winner of the Winneconne hosting Campbellsport game. Between the ECC and Flyway in that matchup. A swing and a miss on the next pitch in. Chases a high one. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and Bryn Carlson coming up. She got on with a walk, and she scored the only run for the Ripon Tigers back in the first inning.
Carlson. Baker on deck.
Strike on the first pitch in. Freezing all the time. Shows it that on my phone. Next one's going to miss. 2-0 the count now to leadoff batter Bryn Carlson. One in the batting order for the Ripon Tigers. A 2 down, nobody on. This is hit out towards left center field, and that's going to get past and all the way to the fence out to left center field. Nice hit there off the bat of Bryn Carlson, standing over at second base with a 2-out double.
Carlson with a double to left. Brings on center field number 5, Jocelyn Baker. Johnson on deck.
Yeah, hopefully, it's on my phone. It looks like we're freezing up a lot here, Nate. This one's down low. Ball 1. Jocelyn Baker up to bat. She struck out back in the first inning. Next pitch misses outside. And high makes